Ancient forests, blue lakes, and snow-dusted peaks paint a living canvas that is New Zealand. A place where spirit and nature intertwine. Every mountain, river, and valley in this nation holds a story just waiting to be discovered. As if the land itself could speak volumes about its Māori history. Come along with me as we explore the 50 most spectacular locations that have an impact on the character of this island nation through sight and feeling. The Milford Sound, a symphony of nature. Milford Sound is located in New Zealand's far southwest and is so picturesque that the rain appears to enhance its enchantment. The copious rain feeds waterfalls, which stream down precipitous cliffs like ribbons of silver, while mist swirls over the majestic Mitre Peak. The stillness of the deep, dark seas reflects the sky above. As dolphins gracefully ride the waves and seals lounge on the rocks, a symphony of life fills the tranquil setting. The stillness of Milford Sound makes it more than simply another place. It allows sightseers to feel as though they are witnessing the untamed magnificence of nature. Under the most perfect blue skies you've ever seen, the glacial waters of Lake Tekapo change color from turquoise to sapphire, making it sparkle like a jewel. It is as if the sky had swallowed this area whole. While the golden lupine flowers reach for the sun during the day, the night sky transforms into a celestial spectacle, a living work of art, with stars that seem both brighter and closer than anywhere else. On the horizon, the Southern Alps stand sentinels, and the air is crisp and still. It's a serene and breathtaking spot where the ground and sky harmonize in harmony. Visit Tongariro National Park, where volcanoes rule. Tongariro National Park contains both active and dormant volcanoes, creating an environment where lava and ice coexist. Craters erupt in a kaleidoscope of crimson, ochre, and black, as steam rises from underground vents like hushed murmurs. The snow-capped mountains stand in stark contrast to the desolate Martian terrain below. You can feel the land's lifeblood as you go through this wild landscape. It's a constant reminder that this place is dynamic and ever-changing. Its stark beauty belies its place of raw strength. Stunning Abel Tasman National Park. Abel Tasman National Park, located on the northern tip of the South Island, is a place of exquisite harmony between land and water. As they softly curve into the blue Pacific, the golden sands here look like powdered sunshine. With their paddles hardly disturbing the stillness, kayakers skim across the water. The native, plant-rich coastal woodlands are a really veritable riot of life, with singing filling the air. Every secluded cove has the air of a secret paradise, where one can relax and appreciate the splendor of nature at its finest. There, you can find solace for your spirit as you surrender to the ebb and flow of the tides. Mount Cook, or Aoraki, is more than just a mountain. It is the spiritual center of the South Island and the highest point in New Zealand. Its snow-capped peak juts out into the sky, making it a dominant feature in the scenery. Glaciers cut valleys in the surrounding area, and the terrain is rugged and undeveloped. The stark beauty of the landscape is heightened by the long shadows formed by the clean light that reflects off the snow. As you stand before Aoraki, you can't help but feel both humbled and immensely linked to something bigger, a location where the ground meets the sky. One gets the impression that one is entering another planet when one visits Rotorua. What with all the geysers and bubbling mud pools, sulfur odors fill the air, and spectral plumes of steam rise from the earth. Rotorua is stunning for more than just its geothermal attractions. This location has strong roots in Māori culture, and the land is an integral element of the people's lives. Rotorua is a live, breathing homage to the indigenous heritage of New Zealand, with its colorful culture, traditional carvings, and the warmth of the Pauhiri reception. Waiheke Island seems miles away. Despite being only a short ferry journey from Auckland. The island's sun-drenched climate is ideal for growing grapes, and vineyards here cling to hillsides that dip down toward the water. Under the brilliant light, the waters of the immaculate beaches sparkle. You can experience the pinnacle of natural beauty and opulence as you meander around the island's vineyards and olive groves, while enjoying a glass of wine made from the vines grown on the island. Indulge in the magnificent scenery and unwind in the tranquil atmosphere of Waiheke, an island that is more than meets the eye. There is still no location like the Catlins on the southern coast where nature is king. Here, lush forests teem with old trees meet towering cliffs that jut out into the thundering surf. From dolphins that play in the waves to the uncommon yellow-eyed penguins, there is a plethora of species. Hidden ponds that beg for peaceful contemplation are formed as waterfalls plunge through verdant woodlands. The Catlins evokes images of a bygone era, a land where wildlife flourishes and unspoiled beauty reigns. From the slopes, temperate rainforests drain into the Franz Josef Glacier's frozen rivers, creating a world of ice and sky. The ethereal blue ice stands out like a sore thumb against the verdant backdrop. Even if the wind is cutting and the air is cold as you make your way across the glacier, you can't deny the beauty. The sound of the ice breaking underfoot and the sight of the countryside stretching out in front of you serve as a sobering reminder of how insignificant we are compared to the vastness of nature's creation. Queenstown is a place where breathtaking scenery and exciting adventures come together. Queenstown has scenes straight out of a movie, what with the majestic Remarkables mountain range towering above the city and Lake Wakatipu as its backdrop. Daytime brings a flurry of activity as people flock to the area for bungee jumping, skydiving, and mountain biking. However, a tranquil beauty emerges first thing in the morning when the lake is still and the mountains are illuminated by a golden light. Queenstown isn't merely an adrenaline destination. It's also a place to savor the peaceful, contemplative moments that serve to highlight the magnificence of nature. A nearly symmetrical volcanic cone, Mount Taranaki rises majestically from the plains below, its snow-capped peak proudly dominating the horizon. An aura of mystique surrounds this dormant volcano because of how frequently it is cloaked in fog. Lush forests cover its slopes, and hiking paths meander between old trees, eventually leading to peaceful waterfalls that trickle through the verdant foliage. The mountain itself exudes an air of sacredness, as if it were a protector of the land, quietly keeping tabs on everything below. Taranaki's beauty is enduring. Hobbiton is a fantasy realized for readers of Middle-earth by J.R. Tolkien. Nestled in the gentle slopes of Matamata, this verdant landscape became the famous Shire setting for The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings trilogies. As you meander through Hobbiton, you might as well be entering a magical realm. Green hills surround the picturesque settlement, which is home to flower-filled gardens and circular entrances that are just the right size for a hobbit. The line between fact and imagination is thin here, and the natural scenery is just as magical as the fantastical realms it depicts. The majestic fjords, lofty mountains, and expansive rainforests of Fiordland National Park provide a home for the untamed and the wild. You can feel the awe-inspiring force and breathtaking majesty of nature at every turn in this park. From dizzying heights, waterfalls plummet into dark glacial waters, and rainbows are formed in the sunlight by the mist they release. You can find peace and quiet in any of the hidden coves, or along any of the woodland trails in this place, where the scenery seems bigger than life. The beauty of Fiordland is in its unbridled wildness, which serves as a stark reminder of nature's strength. Anyone who loves the water will find nirvana at the Bay of Islets, with its glistening waters and hundreds of verdant islets. Sailboats dot the turquoise waters, while golden sand fringes the beaches. The sound of the waves gently lapping against the shore fills the air as dolphins play in the surf. When you're on an island, it's easy to forget about the stresses of the mainland and lose yourself in a different universe. Not only is the Bay of Islands stunningly gorgeous, but it's also a spiritual haven where the water and land merge in seamless harmony. The Waitomo Caves are a hidden gem of New Zealand. Located deep inside the earth, thousands of glowworms cast a gentle, ethereal light throughout the cave, giving the impression of an underground starry night sky thanks to their bioluminescent luminescence. The limestone formations and silent underground waterways inside the caverns are a sight to behold. Glowworms dangle like stars above you while you float on the dark waters, creating a calming, otherworldly light. It's another planet, a secret treasure whose understated beauty will astound you. Nestled in the center of the South Island lies the breathtaking Lake Wakatipu. Its waters mirror the sky with pristine clarity, framed by rocky, snow-capped mountains. The lake's shape, which resembles a lightning bolt, gives it an air of mystery that enhances its appeal. At first light, the mountains are illuminated by the gentle rays of the sun, casting a shimmering reflection on the placid waters below. As the day goes on, the lake reflects the changing landscape colors, which include rich blues, golden hues, and emerald greens. There, the passing of time stands still, and you are free to revel in the beauty of nature. Kaikoura is a location of remarkable contrasts, with its lofty snow-capped mountains seemingly plunging into the azure Pacific Ocean. Here, the rich marine life that inhabits these waters is just as stunning as the landscape. As pods of dolphins twirl through the water, whales break the surface, their massive bodies reflecting the sunlight. The coastline is unforgiving and untamed, with endless stretches of black sand beaches and jagged rocks. Kaikoura is a stunning natural wonder where land and sea meet. Wilderness abounds at Mount Aspiring National Park. With its majestic mountains, clear rivers, and unspoiled valleys. Mount Aspiring is the park's focal point. It's a pyramidal peak that rises majestically into the sky, frequently covered in clouds and snow. Green and verdant, the valleys around are home to ancient beech woods and glistening rivers. From the cliffs, water flows into the pristine streams below. With its secluded location, the park exudes an air of tranquility and seclusion, creating an idyllic setting where the splendor of nature may be appreciated from every angle. Cape Reinga, located at the very tip of New Zealand, is extremely sacred to the Māori people, since it is believed to be the site from where souls travel to the hereafter. The scenery is stunning, but the sea is much more majestic. Their currents collide in a demonstration of raw strength as the Tasman Sea and the Pacific Ocean meet in a stunning conflict of waves. The cliffs provide breathtaking vistas of the boundless ocean as they climb sharply from the sea. At the cape's edge, there is a sacred and wild spirit that comes from the meeting of land and water. The Coromandel Peninsula. Incredible, natural beauty abounds in the Coromandel Peninsula. A coastal paradise with golden beaches and verdant forests. Among New Zealand's most famous beaches are the white sands of Cathedral Cove, which are bordered by majestic rock formations. Swimmers and kayakers are invited to explore the hidden coves and sea caves by the gentle lap of the emerald seas along the shore. On land, natural trees fill the woods, while waterfalls tumble over rugged cliffs. A coastal paradise where land and sea coexist in perfect harmony, the Coromandel is a site of unadulterated raw beauty. The pancake rocks of Punakaiki are a geological wonder on the South Island's untamed western coast. The distinctive pancake-like layers of these limestone formations are the result of millions of years of erosion by water and wind. When the water level rises, it floods the caves under the rocks, causing powerful blowholes to open up and release water into the air. It is hypnotic to hear the waves crash and see the water spurting out of the ground. Punakaiki is a breathtaking location that highlights the force and craftsmanship of nature. Rangitoto Island is a symbol of the breathtaking natural scenery around Auckland, rising majestically from the Aoraki Gulf. Witness breathtaking views of Auckland's skyline and the neighboring islands from the symmetrical cone of this extinct volcano. A natural sanctuary, the island's verdant trees cover the island's black volcanic rock, making for a striking visual contrast. Rangitoto is a volcanic masterpiece that exemplifies the natural beauty of Auckland. It is both majestic and peaceful in its appearance. The alpine wonderland of Nelson Lakes National Park is a well-kept secret. With its ancient forests and snow-capped mountains framing pristine lakes. The crystal-clear waters of Lake Rotoiti and Lake Rotorua mimic the sky and mountains. Native birdsong and the lovely aroma of beech trees permeate the air as you explore the neighboring woods. The park transforms into a winter wonderland of snow-capped mountains and frozen landscapes. And in the summer, kayakers and hikers can enjoy the lakes as a playground. In Nelson Lakes, you can experience the perfect balance of grandeur and intimacy in nature's splendor. In Otago, on Koekohe Beach, you may see the Aoraki boulders, a fascinating natural feature that is unique to New Zealand. These huge, round stones appear to have been purposefully set down by an ancient culture along the shore, but in fact, they are completely natural. Stones like this were formed millions of years ago as sediment slowly accumulated around a central core and then weathered to a polished finish. They appear alien as the waves pound on them, as if they had been up from the ocean floor. The Aoraki boulders serve as a poignant reminder that the most mysterious and stunning artworks are frequently crafted by nature herself. Located in the temperate rainforest of the West Coast, the Fox Glacier is a frozen river that originates in the Southern Alps. Fox Glacier is unique among glaciers in that it plunges into a verdant valley, setting a stark contrast between the ice blue of the glacier itself and the verdant vegetation around it. With its deep crevasses and towering ice walls that shimmer in the sunlight, the glacier is awe-inspiring in its grandeur and scope. Embarking on a glacier walk is like entering another planet. One where the passage of time is altered and the earth is molded by the gradual but formidable forces of nature. As it moves and shifts all the time, cutting its way through the mountains, Fox Glacier is beautiful because of its transience. With its dormant volcanic cone slowly rising above the beach village below, Mount Maunganui, affectionately called the Mount, is a beloved sight in the Bay of Plenty. At the top of the mountain, hikers may take in breathtaking views of Tauranga Harbor, the expansive beaches, and the Pacific Ocean. Miles of white sand beaches surround the mountain's base, providing perfect conditions for surfers and sunbathers to enjoy the bay's natural splendor. The elegant simplicity of the Mount is its greatest asset. It is a picture of unity among land, sea, and sky. The Te Wakarawarawa Valley, located in central Rotorua, is a geothermal hotspot where energy bubbles and steams just below the surface. Along with smaller geysers, mud pools, and hot springs, the Pohutu geyser bursts with a spectacular force, throwing columns of boiling water far into the air. The cultural value of the valley is enhanced since it is the home of the Tūhurangi Ngati Wahiao people, who have an undeniable bond to the land. You can't help but be reminded of the ancient power that shapes the land and its people as you breathe in the sulfurous aroma and see steam rise from the earth beneath New Zealand's picturesque surface. Nature at its wildest is on display at Piha Beach on the rocky west coast of Auckland. The white foamy waves that lap at the coast provide a stark contrast to the black sun-heated beach. As if standing guard over the restless waves, the renowned Lion Rock, a towering volcanic monolith, stands sentinel over the beach. Powerful waves draw surfers from all over the globe, while hiking trails through the native flora and cliffs provide breathtaking views of the ocean, where the wind, sea, and earth dance in a dynamic and ever-changing ballet. Piha's beauty is wild and unbridled. Located at the very tip of New Zealand, third largest island Stewart Island is a haven for nature lovers. Rakiura National Park, which occupies more than 85% of the island, provides a safe haven for animals and people in search of quiet. The elusive kiwi, among many other bird species, makes its home in the island's thick forests. Unspoiled beaches and azure seas dot the windswept rocky shoreline. Stewart Island is stunning because of its isolation. It shows New Zealand as it was in its primal, unspoiled state. From its vantage point above Hawke's Bay's orchards and vineyards, Te Mata Peak provides one of New Zealand's most breathtaking panoramas. The view from the peak is panoramic, taking in the Pacific Ocean's dazzling blue waves, adding a touch of mysticism to its already stunning natural beauty. At each bend in the road leading up to the peak, the scenery changes, but as you reach the top, a stunning panorama of the world spreads out below you. New Zealand law recognizes the Whanganui River, the country's longest navigable waterway, as an individual with inherent rights and responsibilities. As you make your way down the river's meandering path, past ancient woods, steep gorges, and valleys shrouded in mist, you can feel the profound bond between the river and the Māori people. The river has shaped the landscape over eons, and its natural beauty lies in the fact that it mirrors the past, present, and future of the people who have lived in its watershed. Traveling along the Whanganui River in a canoe, boat, or on foot is like taking a trip through history and the wonders of nature all at once. You won't find more remote and peaceful coastal scenery in New Zealand than at the Marlborough Sounds, a system of old submerged valleys. Many bays, coves, and inlets provide tranquility, and the deep blue waters are bordered by verdant wooded hills. The hills are teeming with native bird species, and the noises are filled with aquatic life, from playful dolphins to seals lounging on boulders. The tranquility of the air, the melodic chirping of birds, and the delicate rippling of the water all contribute to the Marlborough Sound's exquisite beauty. Standing tall over Queenstown, the Remarkable's mountain range is as impressive as its name suggests, with its sharp, craggy peaks and snow-capped slopes. In the winter, the range transforms into a paradise for snowboarders and skiers thanks to its perfect powder and breathtaking views of Lake Wakatipu below. During the summer, the mountains become a hiker's dream, with paths leading to breathtaking vistas, alpine meadows, and glacier lakes. The majestic heights of the Remarkables are part of what makes them so beautiful. They tower over everything and provide some of New Zealand's most stunning mountain views. Naturalists and animals alike will find paradise on the Otago Peninsula, which is known for its undulating hills, quiet beaches, and rocky cliffs. One of the greatest ways to see wildlife in its native environment in New Zealand is to visit the peninsula, which is home to seal colonies, penguins, and albatross. With golden sand reaching out beneath towering cliffs, the beaches are wild and windswept. From the peninsula's highest points, you can see the tranquil waters of Otago Harbor and the vast Pacific Ocean below. The Otago Peninsula is an unspoiled haven for adventurers and loner types where the natural world is at its most stunning. At the North Island's highest peak, Mount Ruapehu, an active stratovolcano, the might of nature is on full show. Skiers go to the mountain's snowy slopes in the winter, and summertime visitors may see the landscape's granite craters and boiling vents, all signs of the mountain's volcanic history. One of the most well-known hikes in New Zealand, the Tongariro Alpine Crossing, winds its way through this volcanic beauty, offering breathtaking panoramas of the valleys and mountains that surround it. The charm of Mount Ruapehu is in its strange, unreal scenery, which shows that the Earth is living and evolving all the time. The biggest lake in New Zealand, Lake Taupo, was created by a volcanic caldera in the wake of a historic eruption. Surrounded by gentle hills and faraway mountains, the lake is now a tranquil blue expanse. Beaches, bays, and thermal hot springs dot the lake's borders, while the water itself is incredibly clean. Forests and geothermal zones enhance the already stunning scenery of the area, which is verdant with vegetation. Lake Taupo is a picture-perfect reflection of nature's serenity due to its immensity and calmness, where the water's expanse echoes the sky. On the far northern coast of New Zealand is 90 Mile Beach, a seemingly unending stretch of golden sand. With the Pacific Ocean softly lapping at the coast, the seemingly endless beach feels far shorter than its real length of about 55 miles, 88 kilometers. Contrary to what the name suggests, as far as the eye can see, the dunes merge with the horizon at the point where the sky joins the sea. When you're at the beach, you may relax and let the world expand out before you. Here, sunsets are really breathtaking, with the sky painted in a kaleidoscope of orange, pink, and gold hues that dance across the damp sand as the sun sets into the water. "90 Mile Beach is a place of limitless beauty and freedom, whether you're driving down it or just walking barefoot on the sand. The stark contrast between the temperate rainforest on the west coast and the enormous river of ice that is Franz Josef Glacier is unparalleled. As you make your way along the glacier's paths, you'll feel as though you're entering a fantastical realm, where life is both frozen and lush and verdant. The glacier has a rough terrain with deep chasms, blue ice that glows, and tall seracs. The ice stands in stark contrast to the verdant forest that surrounds it, which is home to ferns, mosses, and majestic trees. In this unique location, the interplay of polar opposites, cold and warm, ice and green, creates an exquisite beauty. The active volcanic White Island, which the Maori call Wakari, is located offshore from the Bay of Plenty shoreline. In sharp contrast to the verdant hills and woods on the mainland, the island presents a desolate, alien scene. This place is teeming with life force energy. Steam hisses from underground vents, sulfurous vapors rise from fissures, and the air is heavy with mineral aromas. Subterranean forces are on full display in the crater's acidic lake, which bubbles and boils constantly. In spite of its harshness, this volcanic terrain is beautiful in its contrasts between the sky and sea's rich blues and the bright yellows of sulfur deposits. On White Island, the untamed might of nature is on full display, making for a disturbingly picturesque setting. Located in the South Island's mountain range, Hammer Springs offers the ideal setting for unwinding and reconnecting with nature. A relaxing retreat from the stresses of everyday life is available in these thermal pools, which are heated by geothermal activity deep under the surface. The pools are surrounded by the breathtaking Southern Alps and are situated in a natural setting with tall trees and local vegetation. Combine the soothing warmth of the water with the refreshing mountain air, and you'll experience an unparalleled sensation of tranquility. more than just a spa town. Hanmer Springs is a location where the therapeutic force of nature may be experienced in every breath, every soak, and every glimpse of the neighboring mountains. On the coast of Northland on the North Island is Matapuri Bay, a hidden gem. The picture of peace and quiet is encapsulated by its white sand beaches bordered by verdant hills, inviting swimmers and snorkelers to discover the thriving marine life. Just beneath the surface, the area is shielded by calm, transparent waters. One of the area's hidden treasures, the mermaid pools, are a sequence of naturally occurring rock pools that contain turquoise water and provide a tranquil escape from the outside world. Matapuri is stunning in its understatement. The pristine beach, crystal clear ocean, and feeling of seclusion in the far north of New Zealand provide an idyllic setting. The serene beauty of Lake Wanaka is enhanced by the azure waters and towering mountains that surround it. The lake is enormous and peaceful, mirroring the surrounding snow-capped mountains on its calm surface. Iconic to Wanaka, though, is probably the one tree that emerges from the sea close to the shore. This one willow tree, which is called the Wanaka tree, has branches that arch majestically into the sky and appears to float on the water's surface. Standing solitary yet flourishing in its serene environment, the tree encircled by water represents strength and grace. At Lake Wanaka, the beauty of nature is best appreciated in its most unadorned form. Located in the North Island's Waipua forest, Tane Mahuta is the biggest live kauri tree in the planet. With its enormous trunk reaching above the surrounding trees, this ancient monster has stood for more than 1,000 years. It is known as the Lord of the Forest. The sheer grandeur and age of Tane Mahuta make it feel like a living link to the ancient past, inspiring a sense of awe and reverence when one stands before it. It is surrounded by a verdant and lively forest, where you can hear the song of native birds and the gentle rustle of leaves. The presence of Tane Mahuta, a symbol of life, endurance, and New Zealand's natural history, adds to its beauty. One of the most breathtaking natural attractions in New Zealand is the Hokitika Gorge, where a narrow canyon of rocky outcrops is carved out by waters that are a vibrant turquoise blue. Water colored by glacier silt is so vivid it's hard to believe it's real. The lush canopy of native trees and ferns envelops the gorge, enhancing its natural splendor and evoking a scenario straight out of a fairy tale. You can't help but linger as you cross the river on the swing bridge to admire the tranquility and vivid hues of the gorge. Uncover the hidden jewel that is Hokitika Gorge, where the vibrant colors of nature seem to leap off the page. Cathedral Cove on the Coromandel Peninsula is a must-visit coastal attraction for any visitor to New Zealand. A doorway connecting two perfect beaches of powdery white sand, the natural granite arch was shaped by waves and winds that have been at work for millennia. Lapping at the shore, the emerald waves of the Pacific beckon swimmers and kayakers to discover the sea caves and rock formations in the area. Named after the cathedral-like arch that serves as the cove's entrance, this natural wonder seems like a secret paradise waiting to be discovered. Stepping over the archway, Cathedral Cove's splendor unfurls before you, a spot where the sky, sand, and sea all blend together. unspoiled beauty abounds at Dusky Sound, a fjord that is less well known than others in Fiordland National Park. Few people venture there because of its secluded position, therefore it has remained mostly unspoiled by human hands. Encircled by rugged cliffs and thick jungle, the fjord is a maze of deep streams. The native birdsong, the sound of the waterfalls crashing down the cliffs, and the rare splash from a dolphin or seal add life to the environment. Dusky Sound is stunning because it is so isolated and unspoiled, a location where the silence of nature and the sounds of the wind, sea, and animals are the only accompaniment. A lonely lighthouse dominates the rocky, windswept landscape of Cape Palliser, which is located at the very southernmost extremity of the North Island of New Zealand. Along the way to the Cape, you'll pass some breathtaking coastal landscapes complete with sheer cliffs and the sound of the untamed ocean lapping at the rocks below. Rising above the sky and water, the red and white striped lighthouse serves as a guiding light in a desolate and wild region. The rugged, windswept seclusion of Cape Palliser, with its ancient-feeling land and tremendous, ever-present sea, is its beauty. For those who adore mountains, there is no place like Arthur's Pass in the Southern Alps. The breathtaking alpine landscape never ceases to amaze, with its lofty peaks, deep valleys, and gushing rivers. In the summer, the alpine meadows are a riot of wildflowers, and in the winter, they become a picturesque snowscape. The local key, a jovial alpine parrot, is a common sight along the route as waterfalls tumble down the mountainside. Arthur's Pass is a scenic entry point to some of the most breathtaking alpine landscapes in New Zealand, where the untamed grandeur of the mountains is front and center. In the isolated Kahurangi National Park lies the surreal Oparara Basin, an impressive limestone bridge. The Oparara Arch spans the Oparara River in this basin, forming a cathedral-like structure out of rock and water. A primitive atmosphere permeates the area thanks to the thick forest cover of old trees, mosses, and ferns. Subtly flowing beneath the bridge, the river's amber-colored water contributes to the enchanting ambiance. The Oparara Basin is stunning because of its hidden, unspoiled beauty. It seems as though the area has stayed the same for centuries. Aoraki, Mount Cook, and Mount Tasman, New Zealand's highest peaks, are reflected in Lake Matheson, which is located close to the west coast town of Fox Glacier. The tranquil lake surface reflects the sky, mountains, and surrounding forest with crystal clarity on a calm day, making for an awe-inspiringly picturesque scene. Embark on a stroll around the lake as you pass through native flora, each bend revealing a different and equally breathtaking view of the reflections. Our investigation of the 50 wonders of New Zealand locations has come to an end. These are some of the most breathtaking vistas on Earth, formed by the convergence of land, sea, and sky. Natural beauties abound in New Zealand, each with its own unique charm and history that come together to create a landscape unlike any other.